Good morning, everybody, or hello. My name is Sarah, Weight Watcher, Cape Cod woman, and another bathrobe chat because this time of day, it's not even 3 in the morning. Seems to work out best. Thank you, Julie, for sending me the little cartoon with the man with the laptop with like cats all around. It's great. It reminds me of somebody I know very well. So today's topic is it's just kind of an amusing one. Do you accept that you're not normal, especially around food? I'm always delighted to talk to people, normies as it were, when they start talking about food, their relationship with food, and their body image type of thing. It's just kind of funny. I was sitting there talking yesterday to a coworker, and who's morbidly obese, and she was kind of inquiring about what it was that I'm eating. And I had a busy day yesterday, and my food eating, my grazing pattern, can you imagine, has been thwarted because of a person that's out on medical leave. I don't get to eat anything for a few hours. Can you imagine going a few hours without eating? So anyway, I immediately quaffed down my red leaf salad with my kiwi and apricots on it with my 2 tablespoons of Bolthouse cilantro and avocado dressing, and that's a fun 1-point salad. And then followed by my 1 tablespoon of feta cheese, half a tablespoon of Bolthouse vinaigrette, peppers, and basically peppers, cucumbers, and red onion salad. So it's kind of like a salad without the lettuce. One of the 2 women I was talking to said kind of like a macaroni salad. And it's like, yeah, kind of like a macaroni salad without the macaroni. And so they were kind of curious about, first of all, why I was like, eating these 2 salads in a row like I was starving. And it's because like I was starving. And so one of them was talking about the sub that she ordered from a sub shop the night before for dinner, because I asked her what was for dinner, because I dropped her off after work, and I asked her, so what do you do for dinner? I'm always curious about what people have for dinner, and you think? And she was going to order some sort of pasta dish from the pizza place that was next door. So she had a veggie sub. Yeah, a grilled veggie sub. And so, I thought to myself, without judgment, you can only imagine the oils that they use in a pizza place to grill the veggies for the white bread sub. My goodness. But for her, this was healthy, although she said don't put the broccoli in it. She doesn't like the broccoli. So anyway, it was just an amusing and charming conversation. And actually, it was the most curious conversation I've had with anybody at my job. Most of them don't even have any knowledge of what they're eating. They just kind of eat because it's there. So I was delighted to talk with her, and if I could pique her curiosity on food and or Weight Watchers and or points, it would have been a really nice capture of somebody, Have you ever talked to somebody and you realize that they're there, they just need the spark? It's almost like that aim and flame that we use for grills. If only, it's just like if we had a fresh, brand new aim and flame, we could like light that fire for them. And have you ever talked to anybody that's been curious about your weight loss or your food program, especially if it's at work and they see you bringing in this massive amount of food every day, and they wonder why you're getting skinny and why they're not. It's just curious. I know that most people that I work with don't want to know, don't talk about it, and so I always feel kind of in the presence of a miracle when I'm around somebody that's actually inquiring about my food choices, because I take out Usually when I get to work, I take out all my glass jars with all my goodies in them, and nobody really asks about it. So anyway, I was looking at the Weight Watcher food blogs over the weekend, or yesterday morning a little bit, and somebody had done such a wonderful job of prepping for the week. And I just, don't you love looking at those pictures? To me, that's artwork. I'd like to frame that. The 5 bags of grapes and the 5 bags of, she had some sort of thing like Cheerios type thing, snacks in little containers, and 5 salads, and it was just beautiful. It was like this cornucopia of how Weight Watchers works and what we do for ourselves, and it was just so delightful to see, you know, that I just love it. Just love looking at those sort of things. I love when the spark gets lit. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to title this video. Getting the spark lit, watching it in somebody else, and just enjoying somebody else's process. Do you ever feel that or see that? Or does anybody ever ask you about yourself, about what you eat? I know that a lot of us don't go to the meetings, that we just do videos and maybe the online thing in the tracker with our Weight Watchers program. And so we're not around our tribe, as it were, a lot. So this is kind of, you know, our version of a social media meeting. And so anyway, it was just really interesting to come out of that, because they just like, well, how come, well, and so I guess she asked me what I had for breakfast. And I had yesterday, as I'm having today, because I'm kind of loving it, 2 organic eggs, 3/4 of an ounce of my Organic Valley Monterey Jack raw cheese, which is so divine, a cup of asparagus, and 2 cups of berries. And so she said, well, how many points are in an egg? And I said 2. And she said, you're spending 4 points on 2 eggs? And I said, yes, I am. And 2 points on the cheese. And it was just kind of funny, because it just, I don't know, it was like she was envisioning how she was going to spend her points. So how do you spend your points? Have you changed up anything? You know, this morning I felt, I had that little moment of feeling skinny. Do you ever have those moments of feeling skinny? You know, in the summer, oh, I know how the conversation started yesterday. She said she felt fat and bloated, so she wore a dress. And that I thought that was kind of cute, you know, because you don't have to squeeze yourself into something on a hot and humid day in the summer when you wear a dress. And like, it's like a duh. I guess a lot of us are like that, right? It's so much easier to wear a dress or a skirt in the summer when we've got that, like, ugh. And so I had that brief, just that flash. And so in the summer, I guess I'm just trying to keep it all together as the day goes along, because the last thing I feel like when I'm feeling that beached whale feeling is getting in enough water. And your body can be very, very thirsty, even though you are feeling bloated. And I know I've had some tapes here on how to avoid the bloat. But let's face it, when it's summer, there's just sometimes when it's like 90 degrees and the dew point is way up there. So, anyway, I have been spending my 26 points in a rich and elegant way. Having full-fat cottage cheese, only 2 ounces, with a chopped up peach, and then my 3/4 of an ounce of my Organic Valley raw cheese that I kind of slice delicately on top of my scrambled eggs and just kind of like let it sit and get melty that way. Kind of like a cheese omelet, but not. And what else am I having that's more elegant? Well, I'm finishing up I went from fat-free sour cream, because I read that fat-free products and low-fat products are so overprocessed that even though you think you're getting this nice dairy product that you might have spent a lot of money on, it's been so overprocessed that to get the fat out, that it's really not that healthy. You know, they just don't tell you because, of course, these are the little secrets of the food industry. So keeping things as raw and as organic and untouched means that I'm leaning more towards the fuller fat versions of things, and I think it's okay. I think it's okay, and I don't know if anybody else has ever done this, that I'm feeling 2 ounces of a full-fat cottage cheese versus 2 ounces of a fat-free cottage cheese feels quite satisfying. And the full-fat cottage cheese, 2 ounces of that is 1 point. So, at least unless I calculated it wrong, but I did it with my tracker. So it's very, very interesting, and I'm not finding that need. I'm not hungry. And in the Dr. Hyman book, he says he does this thing where you eliminate things for 6 weeks, which I'm not willing to give up my coffee. No. And then slowly put them back in and pay attention to how your body feels. He was talking about how some people might be able to handle carbohydrates, grains, and some people might be able to handle animal products, whereas some people find that since they gave it up, they feel much better and they can't go back to it. And so I know that for me, I know people have talked about the hungry horrors at 3 in the afternoon, and I find that a piece of cheese, one of my little hunks of cheese, 3/4 of an ounce if it's not fat-free or low-fat, and if it is like a cheese string, the Weight Watcher thing, or the Sargentos, that that with like an orange holds me over till dinner without, you know, it just nabs it. It just, something with a little bit of fat, a little bit of protein, and the fruit with a little bit of sweet seems to, can you hear him purr? It's so cute. Seems to hold me. And so that's what I've noticed in my Weight Watcher journey, is that these little food items that when I started adding olive oil to my Bolthouse salad dressing, and counting the points, of course, I noticed that it's a much more satisfying salad. I don't do it when I have it during the day with the cilantro, but I do it with the Caesar Parmigiano and the balsamic vinaigrette one. So I'm curious, have you added anything that you would think would be a rich and elegant sort of thing to your food plan, and you're finding that it's satisfying and it kind of cuts those little hungry horror cravings? Just curious. So anyway, it's time for me to email my peeps, and look at blogs, and I fed the kitties, then get ready. I need my 4-mile walk before I go to work, and I'm having my egg extravaganza breakfast again. So anyway, I hope you have as wonderful day as I'm planning, and I love summer, and I love all about it, and I love Weight Watchers, and I love rich and elegant food with my 26 points, and I hope you have a divine day. Thanks for watching. This is Sarah. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.